Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to have a chat about Night Wanderer. It's a new set which has just been confirmed for Japan, and I say confirmed because it's been listed on Play Asia. We've seen this time and time again. Play Asia listings have been honestly really strong. When something gets listed on Play Asia, it is coming to Japan. And as always, please correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about this, I cannot think of a time where Play Asia has put a listing up for a Japanese product, whether it's a set or a deck or merch or whatever. I cannot think of a time Play Asia has put this up and it's not been legit. So I feel extremely confident that this is real and legit because it always is. It absolutely always is. Now, interestingly enough, tomorrow, and I don't usually work at the weekend, but tomorrow I'm going to be back because Crimson Haze is going to be revealed on the Champions League stream tomorrow. I'm telling you now, it's being revealed tomorrow. I've known this for weeks, because it's pretty predictable, honestly. And so yeah, it's definitely happening. It's definitely coming. It's going to be amazing. And that is going to be our Blood Moon Ursa Luna set. It's going to be lovely. This is a little bit further in the future. Crimson Haze is March the 22nd, which is a really big date all around. That is, of course, the same day that we get Temporal Forces. June the 30th, yeah, that's a little bit in the future. It's a little bit in the distance. We are, shall we say, not quite there yet. But it is still a set we need to have a chat about. And then at the end, we will go through what the Japanese release schedule is looking like, because I am aware it does get a bit confusing sometimes. Now, I also need to just give a slight potential correction here. It says expected to ship June the 30th. The information that we've had previously about Night Wanderer suggests a June the 7th release date. So there's a bunch of things that could be happening here. It could be a placeholder date, or it could be that it is releasing on June the 7th, but they're just not shipping it till a bit later. But it is very important to note the information we've had, which is generally very reliable from Japanese distributors, tells us it's coming out on June the 7th. So that's the date I'm going with for the moment. Again, we'll go for the release schedule at the end. So Night Wanderer has been confirmed at this point, and actually, if anybody cares, I'll pop the link in the description. As I record this, it is still up for pre-order on Play Asia. If anyone wants to get it now, I don't know what the shipping's like, but it is actually, usually by the time I get to these, they've already sold out. By the time I upload this video later, that could have happened again. But as I record this, it is actually still in stock, which is kind of lovely. But what about Night Wanderer? Because I've told you Crimson Haze is being revealed tomorrow, and I am 99% certain it's a Blood Moon Ursa Luna set. The set after that we've seen from listings is going to be Mask of Change, and that's the Ogerpon set. Like, there's no way that Mask of Change isn't the Ogerpon set. Of course, Mask of Change is the Ogerpon set. Obviously, Mask of Change is the Ogerpon set. So what about Night Wanderer? Now, this is less obvious. Sometimes they're obvious, sometimes they're not. Like I say, Crimson Haze, very confident. Mask of Change, very confident. This is, the weird one we had was Raging Surf. Because with Raging Surf, I predicted it was going to be the Golden Go set. And it kind of is. Golden Go was on the booster pack artwork. We did get Golden Go in that set. And it kind of was the Golden Go set. But actually, if you look at the booster pack, front and center, the biggest card on that booster pack, blatantly Water Terror type Garchomp. And I just want it on the record that there is no possible way anyone could have predicted that Raging Surf would have been a Water Terror type Garchomp set. No one saw that coming, alright? It could be a similar thing here. Night Wanderer could legit just be a Darkness type something. And if it is just a darkness type something, well, there's like nothing we can do about that, alright? But I don't think that's the case. My prediction, and I do not feel as strong about this as I do about some, but my prediction here, Darkrai. And there's several reasons why I think it's going to be Darkrai. But one of the reasons I think it's Darkrai, we always have a Darkrai. There are some Pokemon that you know, like the second they announce, hey, we're having EXs, there are some Pokemon you know are getting EXs. That there is absolutely zero chance whatsoever they don't get an EX. Darkrai is one of those. Darkrai was always getting an EX. Because what did we just have? We just had V and V-Star. Yeah, Darkrai had a V-Star. In Astral Radiance, obviously it did. We had tag teams. Did Darkrai have a tag team? Yes, obviously. Darkrai had a tag team. Darkrai and Umbreon. Before that, we had GXs. Do you think Darkrai had a GX? You see where we're going with this. Obviously, Darkrai had a GX. Darkrai, and here's the thing, there was a rumour, something I read a while back, that Darkrai gets lots of cards and lots of good cards because the card designers like Darkrai. Well, when I visited Creatures in August as part of the World Championships, one of the things, I got to chat to I got to interview the game director. It was a group interview, but let's just say being very polite and respectful and making sure I wasn't jumping over anyone, because I was the biggest TCG nerd in the room, I asked a lot of questions. And one of the questions I asked was, do some Pokemon get more cards because they're popular? And the answer was yes. And I asked a follow-up question about, does that specifically include Darkrai? Because that's the rumour that I'd heard. And I was told yes. So there is literally truth to the point that Darkrai is more popular amongst the design team, and specifically the game director, and therefore gets more cards. But here's the thing. By the time we hit Mask of Change, we're kind of done. Because by that point, if you look at English sets, we've had Paradox Rift and Temporal Forces, which has blatantly covered Paradox Pokemon, yeah? At that point, Paradox Pokemon well and truly covered. We've seen what we needed to see. And I'm not saying we're never going to get any more Paradox Pokemon in sets, but I'm saying at that point, we have essentially completed the Paradox Pokemon. Which then means we need to get to the other DLC Pokemon. But I've already told you that Ogerpon is coming in Mask of Change, which is probably going to bring the others in as well. But then we've seen a listing, or I suppose it wasn't really a listing, was it? It was a trademark for Stellar Miracle. And this is one of the sets, Stellar Miracle, incidentally, as I told you at the time. Stellar Miracle is super obviously Terrapagos, because we've literally got the Stellar form. So that there's no chance that's not the Terrapagos set. So my point is, we're not really missing anything. It's not like a couple of months ago where we were going, well, we need an Ogerpon set, we need a Terrapagos set, and we had all these kind of DLC Pokemon that we needed to get. We don't. So there is absolutely a chance that Night Wanderer, which is expected to be a mini set, incidentally, Mask of Change main set, Night Wanderer mini set, there is absolutely a very good chance it is Darkrai. Now, funnily enough, we did actually have a Darkrai EX revealed the other day. There is a Darkrai EX, which we've already seen in Japan. It's coming in the Battle Academy. It's generic and terrible. I'm showing it to you because we've had a Darkrai EX revealed, but I'm not actually pretending it's good. And of course, let's not forget that in the TV show Path to the Peak, there was actually look at here. This character's holding 4 cards, one of which is a Darkrai EX, which is kind of cool. So, Darkrai's popular. That's my thought. It could just be a random Darkness-type Terra Pokemon, in which case it's like impossible, alright? But it does feel awfully set up. We don't need to have a particular set featuring a particular Pokemon, so it's kind of open. Darkrai makes sense. Just, as I've said, I'm not as confident here as I am with a lot of the set names. The most important point is Night Wonder has been confirmed, and that is awesome. Now, in terms of the upcoming Japanese sets, like I say, we've got Crimson Haze on March the 22nd. That's going to be revealed tomorrow. We've got Mask of Change on April the 26th, which is going to be, it's only like 4-5 weeks exactly, in fact. Exactly 5 weeks after the release of Crimson Haze. So there's going to be a quick turnaround in terms of reveals, shall we say. Because they generally reveal the whole set a week before release, which means they would be revealing the entire set of Mask of Change 4 weeks after the release of Crimson Haze. So even if they wait 1 week after the release to reveal the set, that means that they would reveal it on the 29th of March and then give you the full set reveal exactly 3 weeks later, which seems like a lot. And then we've got Night Wanderer on June the 7th. Now, we have these other sets, like I've said, like Stellar Miracle, but at the moment they exist as trademarks. They will become real sets down the line, but we've seen this dance a few times at this stage. First, we get the trademark. Then we start seeing distributor listings. Then we start seeing actual listings. And then eventually it's revealed and everybody's happy. Right, there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you think it is a Darkrai set. Tell me if you've got a better idea than Darkrai. Tell me how much you want a new Darkrai. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely William Shaw, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.